cheese.
Let me tell everybody, my self-esteem was really low. It's been real low. I had a black eye, my back was jacked up, I barely walked. So when I'm feeling better about myself, what I do is I go on to Black People Meet. It's a dating site. It's called Black People Meet. And what I do is I find me a little dust mite, a little crust mite, somebody that's really unattractive, an ugly ass man. So he can cater to me and help build my self-esteem back up. So I went on Black People Meet. I always do this. I found the ugliest person that I could on Black People Meet. He was so ugly, it was ridiculous. So we talking and everything. He was like, DungQuesha, you look so good. He was like, I want to take you to the beach. He was desperate. He kept saying, I want to take you to the beach. I kept telling him no. And then finally I said, look, I'm going to tell you the truth. Right now I got a black eye. I got a black eye. He said, hold up, queen. He had the audacity to say, I'm not into no ghetto shit. I'm on the phone. I said, hey, nigga, you know I just been on your Facebook. Your family is from Louisiana. Y'all poor. You're the epitome of hood babies and hood rats. And y'all was in a video throwing up gang signs talking about Bayou. That basically means y'all living on a damn swamp. I said, so stop playing with me. He started laughing. He said, that's the reason I like you. You feisty. He said, I didn't know you went to my Facebook page. I said, oh yeah, I've been there. Believe that. So I told him, I said, you know what? Don't worry. I'm going to just put on a little bit of some makeup and I'm going to go ahead and go to the beach with you. You going to be good. Believe me. I'm going to go ahead and put on makeup and we're going to go to the beach. I said, first I'm going to go get my toes done. Boom. I jumped into the car. I went to a new shop. It was an Asian shop up the street from my house. I walked in, it was a bunch of submissive Asian women. They all surrounded me. They was loving on Queasy. They was like, you are so pretty. They said, your skin is pretty. You are beautiful. They was telling me how beautiful I was. They was massaging Queasy's back, making Queasy feel good. They was putting oil on my arms and my hands and my feet, my legs, rubbing me. Then they put me in this little chair. It was massaging me real good. I was just relaxing. Oh, it was a good, Queasy was having a good time. They was giving me water, juices, snacks, and bags of Doritos. I said, hey, give me 2. You know teabag. I said, y'all know I just told y'all about teabag. I told them, I said, teabag like Doritos. They gave me 2 for teabag. And so I'm just teaching the women. I'm just sitting there teaching them to be powerful. I was teaching them the power of the warrior energy. I happened to look across the room and it was one man in there, an older man, about 65 years old. Oh, check this out. He was rolling down on all the ladies saying, use your common sense. He was putting his hand in their face. He said, I want you to use your common sense. Use your common sense. And I said, hey, hold on. I said, who is this nigga? She said, oh, that's Mr. Bot. She said, he's one of the owners. Don't pay him any attention. I said, listen, the only thing I'm interested in paying attention to is Mr. Bot. What is you talking about? Dry my feet. Dry my feet real quick. I'm about to go talk to him. She said, no, don't pay him no attention. I said, hey, dry my feet. I grabbed my purse. I walked up to him. I looked down and it looked like he was eating wonton and rat meat, dog meat, cat meat. So I rolled down on him. I said, hey, did you realize that a black woman is in your shop? I said, when a black woman is in your shop being disrespectful, I promise you, you're going to have to call the ops. He said, in my country, with that accent, in my country, he said, the men is in charge and women do not talk to men the way you are. And you cannot disrespect men in my country. I said, well, in America, let me tell you about the black woman. I said, in America, the black woman sits on a throne alone and everybody else is a motherfucking clone. I said, the black woman is black, beautiful, and bold. She's always, I said, always in beast mode. The black woman is pretty brown from the crown to the ground. She sit on the top, she can't be stopped. And playing with me today is guaranteed your ass about to get dropped. Oh, he wasn't with that. He wasn't with it. So he said, I have the right to not give you service. And he said, and I'm no longer going to serve you. And he said, get out of my shop. I said, nigga, I'm not getting out of your shop until I get my toes done. I said, you didn't know that I had a date? I got a date to go to the beach. I'm not getting out of your shop. You out of line, nigga. You sound crazy as hell. And he did the unthinkable. In his country, they get to grab the woman's arm and escort them out of the shop in his country. But not in America. So he grabbed Queasy's arm. And I had a smirk on my face. I took my purse all the way up north, brought it down south. Wham! He was wobbling. So I then took it from the other side. Wham! He was trying to stay strong because the women was looking at him. And he was still wobbling, but he didn't go down. Reached into my purse, got out the grizzly spray. I lit him up, just nuked him. I'm telling you, I just nuked him. It was like I just nuked him out. I just nuked him out, right? He hollering at this time, call the police, call the police. I said, no, they not about to call the police. I said, ladies, stand down, don't call the police until I talk to him. I said, nigga, the next time you see a black woman in your shop being disrespectful, you're going to have to definitely call the cops. And playing with Queasy, on top of that, nigga, you're going to get dropped. Everybody know what time it is. You know what time it is. Police show up.